What's going on, everybody? It's Crypto Vision here, back again with another live stream. We're doing this Wednesday live stream again. I think we're going to keep it. I hope everyone is well. So, like I said, I think we're going to be doing the Mondays and Wednesdays live stream. Wednesdays is going to be a little bit more of a follow up. What happened since Monday, right? A little bit of a midweek recap kind of thing, not just analyzing macro, looking at a bunch of different assets. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for supporting the channel. As always, if you're interested in the free Discord, it'll be linked in the description. I also offer a paid Patreon membership. All the details are in those links, so you can go through, browse around, ask questions, whatever you do. I do appreciate your support. I appreciate you stopping by. We're going to be I'm going to be looking at some traditional stocks today as well. I'm going to be looking at my watch list going on because I don't know if you heard, but the Fed now is going to be tasked with a very difficult decision. So CPI came in today, and it came in at 2.4%, which is cooling, right? So we were expecting a cooling just based off of the Trueflation report, but the counter effect of that is oil prices. I've noticed it, right? I drive a 4Runner. I've definitely noticed the price of gasoline, part of me, has gone up. And so that causes inflation. That's a very large percentage of what inflation tracks, right, is the price of energy. And so, right, there's some chaos going on right now in the Middle East. I've read that that Iran right now is planting mines in the Strait. It has hit a couple of non-affiliated countries such as Thailand. I think there's another country that they hit just passing through there. So just chaos going on. Oil has rebounded, right? Oil took a tumble, and it has rebounded within the first 2 hours of opening today. You know, gold and silver are doing they're doing their thing. They're kind of just hanging out today. Not really doing much, but they're just hanging out. And then our traditional stocks, our watch list is kind of just going sideways, not really doing much. But a lot of people are watching what's going on over in the Middle East due to the chaos that is ensuing. And so I did want to cover like I said, some traditional stocks. So I've had some questions about my indicator, right? About my customized Fibonacci indicator. It's available through my Patreon. So if you're interested in that, if you are looking for that, it'll describe who it's for, what type of person it's for. I like to use it I pair it with not just entries and exits, but I pair it with key levels, with my VMC, with the RSI, things like that. So in terms of what we're looking at, right, the golden area is the optimal / undervalued accumulation zone. The green value is that good / fair value, very good area. This transparent area is that it's pretty much no man's land. It is the fair value area. The pink is the moderately overpriced area. So this area right through here, this pink area. Okay. The red is the overextended area, right? It's expensive. I'm getting out. I'm reducing my exposure. I'm not entering positions. And then this is the highly overextended area. I have really tight stop losses. I'm not entering anything. I'm more than likely entering. I'm just getting out and rotating my assets. So that's kind of the way that I look at this. Not every asset, it depends on the length the asset has been around. So, for assets that have a very long history, you can go into the weekly, things like that. For the most part, I try to get at least a year to 2 years. Okay, at least a year to 2 years, so we can come back all the way to January 24, January 2025, January 2026. So you got 2 years, right, through here. QSI, it's a quantum mechanics, quantum computer organization. They have it's not a tiny market cap. It's relatively average, like 227 million. It's not tiny. It's not something that's extremely large, but it is in this golden zone. I've been looking to possibly enter a long trade down through here, and I think I'm going to actually. So these are the couple that I'm actually actively watching, and then I'm looking for green dots on the buy on the weekly. So you got a green dot on the weekly crossing above the RSI, and then you're coming down through here. You're still in that golden zone. This is not a lot of information to use, so I'll come over through here. you're still down, way down. Even a test on the trend line up through here is a 58% move, right? So I'd definitely look to scale that a little bit right through here. So that's kind of something. That's an asset I'm looking at. You're breaking out of the moving average. That does look good. You got a green on the MACD, so things are looking good for QSI. I do think QSI is gonna make a stronger move. NFE, this is another asset that I've been watching for a long time. It is it's an energy company, so I do believe that this is going to benefit once everything is taken care of over in the Middle East. I do believe NFE can and will. I really do believe that it's going to do something crazy. Okay. Look at down where we're at. We've been down at relatively lows previously. I mean $7, but I mean we haven't been this low since May of 2022. Just in the golden region, right? I mean, you came down through here in 2024, and then you kind of ripped up along with crypto, right? And right now we're looking and we're waiting for a breakout right through here. So this is that 3-day chart. It's not going to close for another 1 day and 3 hours. So looking by middle of March, middle of next week, we're looking for a decision. All right, are we going to reject and break down, or are we going to break out? Okay. And this is something I've been watching for a while. I do think NFE can make a move and do something and shock some people. So in terms of, there's another MSTR. This asset, right? MSTR is the last time this came into the golden region was down in 2022. It took a little while. It was down here for a little bit, right? Down here for a little bit, but it went on a parabolic run, right, alongside Bitcoin. And where are you at right now? You are in that golden/green zone, bouncing right off of this fib level, looking to reverse. Do we have any kind of indication about strong bullish divergence on the VMC, MACD? It's not looking the greatest right through here. I would like it to cool off. I would like it to cool off a little bit, because do you have higher highs? I mean, pretty much. I think you do have higher highs. Pretty close. Yep, you do. So you got a higher high, but you have a lower high. Okay, so I do think that needs to cool off, but you do have some bullish divergence. What about the weekly coming in here? You got that green dot, bullish divergence, and a very big green dot breaking above the moving average on the RSI. I think, it does look like it wants to do something. You did have a cross up through here. The week closes in 2 days and 3 hours. Bitcoin's doing fairly well. I mean, it's kind of it's in a range, in an area where you would normally see a rejection. And we can touch on Bitcoin real quick, but MSTR, I do believe that MSTR will look and in the future a lot better than where it is right now. I think MSTR right now is in a good buying opportunity range. It matches up with my fib level. It's in a good buying range. We're looking to scale out up through here. Right? I've heard people call for $1,000 to $2,000 MSTR for right now. This does look like a nice bottoming process. Okay, it does look like a nice bottoming process. You got tons of bullish divergence through here from 2025 of November all the way to now. You are crossing up through there, very, very strong. Got that green divergence through here. You're breaking above your RSI. These things this is what you want to see on the bottoming process. Is it going to go straight up? Probably not. Probably you see some resistance right up through here, 180 to 190, right up through here. Just because that's where your 200 is. That's where you previously rejected. That is that fair value gap right in here. You normally see turbulence on the first couple times coming through a fair value, right? Because let's be real, people are in a loss. And when they see this green, they're probably going to scale out a little bit. And then you can come back down and then you can go. We've been talking about this for a while, just this inverted head and shoulders on a lot of crypto affiliated stocks. And crypto in general, right? Crypto in general. But MSTR, I do think MSTR would be, if I'm looking to DCA into some assets, MSTR would be MSTR, NFE, QSI. These are assets that I'm looking to, DCA in. They're just at extremely valuable targets right now. And so that's what I'm looking at. DJT looks extremely valuable right now, extremely oversold in this golden area since November of 2024. Even if we're in this 2-day chart, I mean, the last couple times you were in this 2-day chart in this golden region, it's not like you don't just live down here. You saw some bounces. You saw a bounce. You saw a very large bounce. And now you're just really accumulating down through here. You're really accumulating. There has been reports of large banks, large entities shorting this stock to try to, just target the administration, target the foundation of the current president, right? Because if his business is failing, you could associate his business failings with his presidential failings. There's rumors about that, even with all of this bullish divergence, right? Because there's tons of bullish divergence. I don't think this is gonna fail. People can try to short it all they want. They are now aligned with crypto as well. They're in Crow. They're in Bitcoin. I think they're in XRP. I'm not sure if they're in XRP or not. But yes, you do have this red dot. You're looking for a decision. See, the thing is, I look at assets. I get a feel where they are for price. And then I try to see, okay, when can we see a decision on if this can break out or break down? Okay, so right now we've identified an asset that is oversold. We've identified an asset that has been in accumulation, right? Because it didn't just get into it, right? It didn't just get into it. So, we're not looking to maybe go a little bit longer and sideways. It's been down here this is the 2-day chart. So it's been down here for about a year, right? Just accumulating down through here for a year. And so what we're looking for now is a time frame, a rough estimate on when we can expect, when we can look forward to, what we can, we can start to really hone in and pay attention. We're looking for a May move, something in May. That's what I'm looking for in Donald Trump and DJT, Trump media. If you're watching people that have it's going to break out by this date, it's going to break out by this date. They could be right. They could be right sometimes, but for the most part, time is the most difficult thing to anticipate, to predict, to correctly predict. People can throw out predictions, but how correct are their predictions? Are they off by months? Are they off by years? Are they off by weeks? Are they off by days, right? And so this gives us an idea that we can be range bound on an asset till about May 5th. Okay, and that kind of aligns with what current market is doing, okay? AI, this one is also, look at all of this bullish divergence through C3 AI. This looks very good. You got that golden dot down through here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 things of bullish divergence. It's an AI company as well. So you're thinking, okay, AI, if you really do think AI is the future, I just, playing your cards right and maybe picking out some different AIs that look possibly undervalued, possibly oversold. If we're even looking at this looks very good on the daily even. That looks wow. C3 AI, I think that's one of my top. What about the 4-hour? Wow, that looks very good. Very, very, very good. Let's see through here. Where are we at? Do I have any markings on here? No. About bouncing right off the 382, 236. Wow, this is very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. If we can close above this 916 on the, I want to say on the daily, right? I do want to say on the daily, just because you can't just, it's not even a full body candle close. 916. It's like right up there. Yeah, full body candle close. That'd be really ideal. Very ideal. Do we have anything through here? The weekly? Nope. Okay, cool. I like it. And then, so what we're doing here on the daily, so we have this, it does look like a three-wave move, three-wave pullback, an A, B, C. We can measure this out. Down through here. Okay, your C wave. All right, I like that. Came all the way down to 618. What about your B wave? Okay, so what we got here is a B wave that came up to your 0.5382. Your C wave was pretty, I mean, it was slow. It hit that, what it hit, the 2414 or something like that. 1414, sorry. 1414. Hit the 1414. I would like it a little bit deeper, but, you know, it is what it is. You know, just to really make sure. You know, I've come up through here a couple times. It's 938. But in general, right, in general, this looks, we can have some fun and we can kind of see what's going on. See if it gets anywhere near that trend line. We're looking for the, you know, 1618 all the way up to the 2618. That's what we're looking for. 1618 all the way up to the 2618. It probably wouldn't happen in one day. Let's be real, it probably wouldn't happen in one day, but I don't know if this is the low either, because this could definitely not be the low. But, you know, closing up through here would be very important. Right there. Right there. So we have two levels. And then we're looking to close. We're looking to get up to this 1618, 2618, right up through here. Okay, so that'd be really nice, right? Having this 1, 2, have like an A, B, C for your third. Come down once again, and then go up and get your fifth. And then you got a base, right? Then you got a base, and look at that. That comes out perfectly. Wow. Not like perfect, I mean pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. And then you would have almost something like this. That'd be really nice. That'd be really nice for this AI. C3 AI I think is building something really important. I think it's building something that a lot of people are going to miss out on for sure. So we have these two ranges. Maybe we close up here and we're a little bit range bound. Maybe we're a little bit range bound up here. And then we go. Okay. But yeah, close above this 916, like a daily close above this 916. I'm targeting 1031 and beyond. Buzz Lightyear to infinity and beyond. But that, you know, that's I think that's a solid play through here. Archer Aviation. This is another, I've liked Archer for a while. I really have. It's kind of been following the same pattern over and over again. Let's go through right here. Okay, you come up, overextended, get into the gold zone. Come up, overextended, get into the gold zone. So what's the next plan, right? Get into something that's overextended. We're in the gold zone. If the plan of investing in traditional stocks, precious metals, risk on assets, crypto. We all know crypto is risk on. If the goal is to buy low, sell high, then we're looking to buy low on assets. I didn't say the lowest, like the actual low, but you're looking to buy low and sell high. That's really it. And so you wait for times like this. So we can go into something where, you know, on the daily, maybe something that's not a great time to buy. Maybe not a great time to buy Apple, right? I mean, this, if we're looking at, no pun intended, but apples to apples, probably not a great time to buy Apple. Probably not a great time. Probably would, you know, I would look to enter down through here in this fair value range. You know, when you run up to these areas, right? You ran up, came back down. Ran up, came back down. You've run up. Maybe you come back down. You're still making higher lows. Okay, but maybe you take out some lows. Maybe you restart a little bit. But yeah, I wouldn't be entering Apple right here. I would not be entering Apple right here. Another one, AMD. AMD has been going crazy. Would I enter AMD right now? No, I would not enter AMD right now. I wouldn't enter AMD right now just because the risk to reward ratio is too low. All right, what are you risking? Okay, what are you actually risking? Okay, first of all, you're still below some of your EMAs, but you got this double top formation. Okay, so that's not great. That's not a great look, that double top look. So even if this was your A or your first wave, right? A, come up for a B, and that's your C, right? Sorry. And you're in your C. Okay, that could be a very ugly. You could be in an A wave right through here. So A, come up for a B, and then you got to come down for a C. Come down for a C. Come down for a C. Okay? Risking to get to here with the possibility of coming down to here from right here is just not, that's not, to me personally, to me that's not something that I would look to enter. Amazon, look at Amazon. Was it a good time to buy up here? Probably not. Probably not. You could have entered down through here, waited a little bit, right? Waited a little bit. What did Amazon drop? Amazon dropped from 258. I was in Amazon for a really long time, and I got out of Amazon. I was in AMD for a long time. I got out of AMD and I got into crypto, and it's been fun. It's been crazy, but it's taught me a lot. And getting, trading stocks like this before I got into crypto, just taught me just to take profits, because it's not a straight shot. It's not a straight shot when you have these type of assets. It's not just straight. It's not just vertical 100, 230, 400%. You come up a little bit, take some profits. You come up a little bit, take some profits. You come up a little bit, take some profits. You come up a little bit, take some profits. Wait for a nice pullback. Enter some more. And you just keep doing that. All right, it's not I'm holding my bag until, Amazon gets to 500, because that would take years. All right, that would take years. But when you look at something like MSTR, because it's a stock, I mean, look at this. This thing went up in how many weeks? 70 days, it went up almost 400%. That's not a traditional stock, right? And there is some price action up there. That's not a traditional stock, okay? So that's the point I was getting at for that. We do have some green across the board today. Bitcoin's back up to 71,000. That's a bullish candle, if you ask me. That is a bullish candle. So far it is. It's still Wednesday, but that's exactly what you want. You want this inverted hammer. All right, you have this inverted hammer. Okay? And then you got to close above the inverted hammer. It's very bullish. Typically signals continuation to the upside. All right, typically signals continuation to the upside. That is like something like, pardon me. Gosh dang it, that one hurt. It's like this, right through here. We invert this. Okay. Inverted hammer. Tried to close above, couldn't. Then what happened? Boom, slam down, fighting. Boom, continuation. And this is on the weekly, right? This is on the weekly. We had that inverted hammer. Sorry, this is a regular hammer. I'm looking for an inverted hammer. I'm sorry. My apologies. But it is actually, when we're looking at this, right? It's the same concept as this. Did it go straight down? No. It kind of worked its way up, then it went down. Is it going to go straight up? I don't think so. I think you need something like this. So I think you need this A, B, C. C. All right, something like that for Bitcoin. But it does look nice. It looks very, very, very nice. Continuation is key here. We all know about continuation, especially if you're not new to the channel. We talk about continuation all the time. We're not just getting crazy excited. This does look nice though, right there. That does look very nice. Wow, this thing just went up crazy over the past 30 minutes. Yeah, Bitcoin just shot up. The past 30 minutes. It went up a good amount past 30 minutes. 1%. I know, I know, I know, I know, I know, I know. Sometimes it sounds pathetic, but you gotta take the wins, right? You gotta take some of the wins. You do, you do. You gotta take some of the wins. You're looking for a nice bullish week. Be really nice to get a green dot on this 2 week. You get a green dot on this 2 week, and you're looking for upside action for the foreseeable future, right? For the next couple weeks, right? For the next couple weeks. For the next couple weeks. Not really. For the next couple weeks. Okay, that 2 week dot. That's what will determine whether or not we're up and away. Same thing for XLM. 2 weeks up. 2 weeks up. Oh, actually no. That one came late. That came late. XLM does look good though. I'm really enjoying XLM. Look at that, man. Is it crossing? Not yet. Not yet. XLM is my biggest bag for a reason. I do think XLM is gonna. I mean, look at all that bullishness. You're coming up. Everyone is hating on crypto. There's only so much sell pressure you can have. Pent up aggression. You know, you're slowing bearish momentum. You're slowing that bearish momentum. This is what you want to see right here. This is what you want to see. That's exactly what you want to see. So we're going to check that out. I did get a request from Buttcoin in the Discord. Ooh, AVAX. I know, AVAX. If you're new to the channel, I've been super bullish on AVAX. Extremely bullish on AVAX. I think AVAX is one of the most bullish projects out there. I do. I really do. So I'm really high on AVAX, really high on Chainlink. I think they look similar. They're right around the same price. I think AVAX is gonna do some crazy things. Buttcoin. I don't know about Buttcoin. Not a big fan. I'm sorry. Sorry, Juicy. Not a big fan. I mean, I think it'll do good. I mean, where are we at right now for Buttcoin? What are we doing right now? We had this marked out before. No hindsight. You can go back and check out the video. Made the video on Buttcoin. You are range bound right now. It's just it's a meme coin. It can do whatever it wants. It doesn't really have to respect. Anything. If I'm looking at this from am I jumping in right now? I'm not jumping in right now. There's no way. There's no way. You're right in the middle of a channel. You know, if you come up through here and you close up through here, that would be a nice entry. Okay. So since we've closed below, I'm going to update the charts. By the way, if you're interested in my entire setup, right, I offer it through the paid Patreon membership. Everything, all my indicators, all my levels, everything like that. Everything is updated once a month. But what are we doing right now is, honestly, this looks like a head and shoulders pattern. You got this shoulder, you got a head, you got a shoulder, you're going sideways, looking to break down, take out these lows. We didn't take out those lows yet. So right now, not a huge fan of it. But what does that matter? Right? It doesn't matter. I don't have to be a fan. It doesn't matter. I don't have to be a fan. In terms of the 12-hour chart, we'll see. Let's check it out. It's right on that. So it's gonna. I'm gonna tell you right now, Juice. It's either gonna reject or bounce today. When does this close? Does this close in 6 hours? Yeah, I think this thing is gonna either bounce or reject today. And when you're looking at it like this, I'd zoom into this. That looks bearish. Something like this. You don't like that. You don't really want to see that. Those little soldiers creeping up like that. You don't want to see that. It's not good. Sorry, that's not good. That looks like this. Boom, boom, slam down. Boom, 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 slam down. And that's even a bigger soldier. It's like this. Little ones, boom, slam down. Your 3 soldiers, boom, slam down. 3 soldiers, boom, slam down. So what we got right now is something bearish, just price action wise. When you get these little candles like this, a little bit bearish, right? A little bit bearish, a little bit. We're gonna keep this on the 4-hour. I know some of my patterns are funky. They work. I tell you what, they work. Oh yeah, this thing is making a decision today. This thing is making a decision today for sure. Look at that. It's making a decision. Shoot, within the would I enter right now? Probably not. It's kind of that would be a sketchy spot to enter. Because if you reject through here, you reject right here, you're probably going to come back down. Take out these lows. Is this a spot, previous spot of interest? Let's see. I know it was because I put it on there. Yeah, you got it right there. It's got to be something, right? I put it up there. It's got to be somewhat of value. Yeah, I mean, you got this right through here. Tried to come down and touch this. Got this. Tried to hold it. Really couldn't hold it. Couldn't hold it. Got rejected. Couldn't hold it. And then what did it do? Wicked right down below to get all that liquidity. That was dirty. That was the dirty move. See what? Right, when you keep looking, when you look at charts a lot, you kind of see the what the market makers do. This is sneaky right here. This candle right here, you dip your beak right below where you know that it couldn't hold, and so people are probably freaking out, selling, and they market makers just bought right through here. You took out this low. Okay, so, and you saved this low. So you cleared out, all of that. Right before the move, everyone that was getting excited, they get stopped out right here, and then it just goes freaking crazy. And so that's what market makers do, sneaky candles like that. So, but right now, Bitcoin, yeah, it's going to make a decision here pretty soon. Like I said, I think within the next couple hours. But I would expect it to reject off of here. Do that. No, I do not enter spam risks. No. Okay, so ICP is doing its thing. Wow, came right up to that level. This is why you have those levels, ladies and gentlemen. This is why you get the full TradingView level kit. 288 came up with the 290. You can go back and check the previous videos. These levels, no hindsight done. They're all made in advance. So since you've rejected up through here, man, ICP, I was really big on ICP too for a while. I made my first Profit Lab video when ICP was doing this. No, this. Yep. First Profit Lab video, public. It was public, so you can go view that. Just talk about entries, exits, potential take profit levels, and it was one of my first. It was one of my, I just had not just had started, but hopefully I've come a long way since then. But still, it was a great way to show the viewer how to get in, how to get out, how to manage their portfolio, things of that nature. If you're looking for something like that, I do a Profit Lab series on Fridays. I kind of just highlight, assets that I'm looking to get into. I'm in Ethereum right now. I'm kind of waiting on getting into anything else right now. Honestly, I'm not really rushing anything. I have my ideas. XCN looks good. Talked about XCN the other day. XCN looks good. Made a short on XCN. That it came back down and bounced right on this area. So I was looking for upside price action. All right, looking for this. Pardon me. Pardon me. I did want to get into gold and silver a little bit. Gold and silver. Look at that. A close below the channel. I think gold is going to make some people upset. I think people who've been buying gold and investing in gold up in here are going to be a little upset. I do. Right, did we clear out that bearish divergence? We did. But you still got that overall bearish divergence. Overall bearish divergence. You still got way lower highs. And you got higher highs. So it's been, strength has been weakening over the weeks, since October 2025. It's been overbought. I think the gold bull run, I think it's coming to a pause, not to an end. I do think it'll keep going, but I'm expecting gold and silver to correct pretty good, like a pretty good correction. Not like many people are used to seeing. I do believe that, what do we got on the daily? All right, that is bearish. That's bearish. All right. So we got some key levels up through here, looking to close down below 4941, and that would really indicate that we're going lower. Close down below here. I just think you bounced out your fair value. I think you're in an A. I think this is a B wave. I think this is a big old bear flag. Big old bear flag. Look at this thing. Boom, just oscillating. Boom, broke out. Kind of now you're flagging out again. I think something like this is on its way. But what do I know? Could be 100% wrong. Not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice, so could be 1,000,000% wrong. Silver's looking the same. Silver's looking even weaker because silver went on such a run. Silver's looking weak, man. If you're buying up here in silver, good luck. And that's why I really do think that this auto fib is a great tool. Yeah, it's been in this for a long time. This red area, I mean, almost for a year or two. But when you pair it with the overbought conditions, you've had bearish divergence play out, You still have lower highs. You have this B wave, so you have a three. So right now you're in the middle of a three-wave move, I do believe, and you're going to come down through here. And then you can come up and get this 130 to 170 range. And then it's over. I'll be entering silver down at 54. I'll start looking, 56, 57, 54. I'll start looking at silver through here. A little bit, just start DCAing in. And then, ride the dragon on the way up. All right, ride the wave on the way up. That'll be fun. Silver will be fun once again. I got out. Did I time the top? No, I did not. Did not time the top. Kind of a bummer, but it is what it is. In terms of the Russell, we've been tracking the Russell for a while now. It's trying to find its way back to the upside, but similar with the Russell, I do think, I think it just needs a little bit more of a correction. I do. I think it needs to cool off. I think it needs to take out some lows, like take out this low, and then maybe find support down through here. Somewhere in those two regions. Because you did close down below this 2633 level that we had marked out for a while. So now what we're going to do is we're going to turn this mellow yellow. We're going to have this one right there. And we're going to have this guy right there. Bingo. Cool. So we got two levels. We got some levels up through here. So I do think so. If you don't know, the Russell is the index for higher risk stocks, lower rated credit stocks, usually small cap stocks that are extremely volatile. When this goes up, risk on appetite is increasing exponentially. So, for this to look a little bit bearish, that's why it gives me concern. That's why I have that notion and idea. It's not just this chart, but it's a couple other charts that, we could see this correction for crypto, I think could prolong just because the Russell looks like it's kind of Kind of looks sad. The SPY looks kind of sad. All right, this thing looks sad, very sad. It's overbought, it's overextended. You had that red dot up through here. You know, it's got that moon look. I mean, you can't even deny it. It's got that moon look. I mean, look at the MACD. And this is a weekly chart too, so it's going to reflect. This is a little bit delayed, but I mean, even price action, that's what it looks like it wants to do. Just what it looks like it wants to do. It's kind of overbought. It's kind of just weak. It's weak. It's flimsy. There's not a lot going on. There's not a lot that, is helping it, especially with what's going on in the Middle East. It's not helping it at all. So we talked about some traditional stocks. We talked about some crypto. We talked about gold and silver. Let's talk about a couple more things, then I'm going to end the stream. We're going to talk about, I do want to talk about stablecoin dominance, but I also want to talk about this chart as well. Let's do stablecoin dominance first. Stablecoin dominance. I'm going to get a lot of this stuff out of here so we can see it, so it can look nice and clean. Okay, stablecoin dominance. From a historical perspective, right? From a historical perspective, stablecoin dominance, when it does get into the highly overextended region, okay. I'm going to use a box or something, like a rectangle. Use this. We use this one as well. We use uno más. Okay, so we got stablecoin dominance, different areas. This was prolonged. This was at the bottom of a bear market, bottom of a correction. So what we got going on through here is, you got blimps. You got this big run up. Got a big run up, and you correct. All right. Kind of actually had one over here too. So we'll disregard that though. So you got that rebounded, corrected, rebounded, didn't fall out, and kept going. So that's what we don't want to see. Okay, we don't want to see the lack of a rebound, because that'll be a prolonged, drawn out, boring correction that is going to be brutal. Okay, what we need to see, like the previous ones, okay, we need to get out of this highly overextended range. Hopefully into this fair value. The last couple times it went into fair value, right? Fair value, right above fair value, pretty much touched that fair value line. Okay. So that would be where we're at right now. That would be a 30 to a 36% drop. 30 to 36%. Over the last summer pump was 36%. Okay. And before that November pump was 44%. So somewhere in between those two, we could see. And that would kind of align with Bitcoin maybe retracing into a B wave. A lot of these large cryptos maybe breaking out, right? Because a lot of that market cap, a lot of the crypto market cap would be going to altcoins and not to Bitcoin. Or Bitcoin would kind of top out, kind of be grindy a little bit. So what we're looking for is now is a close. We definitely want this red close. Below the moving average on the RSI. That's without a doubt. Definitely need that. What we got here on the 2-week chart now is that red dot on the 2-week chart. We got that red dot on the 2-week chart, but the big one for the, stable coin, for us to really think that stablecoin dominance is taking a backseat, that people are, looking to that are looking to move into risk on assets. We're looking for a red dot up through here. That's what we're looking for. Looking for a red dot. I mean, every red dot. I mean, these red dots through here. I mean, October 2024, May of 2025. This move too led to a crypto move. October 2020. This will be something very similar because you're up here. 2020, then everything went on a parabolic run in 2021. Okay, and that's all it took up through here. That's all it took. Okay, and so what we're looking for is that red dot on the 3-week chart. We got it on the 2-week chart. The 2-week chart closes in 4 days and 7 hours. So if we get that red dot on the 3-week chart, that would be extremely, extremely bullish. Extremely bullish. Okay. I don't think you guys understand the bullishness that would cause. You got a 10-day. Let's say a close on the 10-day. All right, close on the 10-day, and typically when you close on the 10-day, you got another 10 days of red. Okay, this down. We're talking about closes where you're above this 50 level up through here. So you're above 50, right? Even on this one, you close, but like through here, yeah, it was great. That was great. That was great. Okay, so that's what we're looking for. We're looking for that confirmed close. Maybe another 10 days, maybe another 20 days, maybe another 30 days, because it's been up for 50 days, 50 straight green candles. Sorry, 50 days. So 10-day closes. Before that, you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 consecutive green candle closes. That's 60 days. Okay, and so what we're looking for is something to break down. If you're just joining, we're waiting on this red dot up through here. This last time that we had a similar area with the red dot. Similar area with the red dot was back in December 2022, but the most prominent area was October of 2020. Okay, October of 2020, where everything started to really, really run in January, February of 2021. Okay, so we're looking for this. We have it on the 2-week chart. We got that red dot on the 2-week chart. The last 2 times that I did it, it was, you saw continuously down. You saw for another 2 weeks. Okay, so you saw it for 2 weeks. Saw it for weeks. Saw it for weeks. Yeah, you had little bounces through here, but for the most part, it was leaning red. All right, it was leaning red. And so that would indicate Bitcoin can actually do something, get out of its own shadow, get out of its own way, and start to, make some moves to the upside. Degen? Look at Degen. Man, Degen, it would be nice for Degen to do something. I don't like these candles like this. I don't like this. Really would like to see Degen just kind of break out and not fiddle around. You do have that strong that hidden bullish divergence. Man, that would be something. That would be something. This closes in 6 hours. Okay, well, it has an opportunity to actually do something. What are we at? It has just been going sideways. I don't like these candles like this, though. I do not like these candles. It is above the 20, but when you have these small consecutive candles, it just, you're building that ascending wedge, that bearish pattern. I'm going to throw this on here and see, come back to it. Just not a fan. Not a fan. Okay. So we'll check that out. We'll come back in a couple days. XLM, a lot better. We were tracking this. We're tracking this little oscillation down through here. Oscillation, breakout. That looks way better than Degen for sure. You're making, you're not building an ascending wedge. You came up, and then what'd you do? Oscillate down, oscillate down, oscillate down. You pretty much came back, and you were range bound once again. Almost identical lows. Whoa, I don't want to remove that. Almost identical. What was this low? This low was at 14.7, 14.6. Come take out the lows and then run. That's kind of what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for sure. What about on the daily? Yeah, you got a green dot on the daily. This is nice on the MACD. We need to see this on the MACD. You see that on the MACD. The 4-hour chart did bounce off that overbought zone. Can we get back up there? We just need to stay up here. Momentum needs to stay up here. You know, you come up to this 20, 21, 22 cent range. This is starting to look very, very interesting, where you got these rounded. This is not so nice. This is Adam and Eve. And now what do we got? We got like an Eve, Adam. That would be interesting. These rounded bottoms are extremely nice, because if we're looking at this looks like it wants to go this way. It does, right? When you're bouncing into, right, you're dipping into support. Okay, now you're channeling up, boom, dipping back into support. Channel up, boom, floodgates are open. Right, we can't be biased. We can't just look at one way and say, hey, you know, we're in a bear market, recession is around the corner, yada yada yada, and then you come in and you zoom in on price, and the structure just doesn't look bearish. The overall structure doesn't look bearish. You've been going sideways. XLM has been going sideways since February 5th, over a month of just accumulating down here. And when this breaks, I mean, we broke above the trend line. We broke above this trend line that has been the trend line that is held back for a while. You did break above a couple times, as I've noted, right? Through here, you had a false breakout, false breakdown. False breakouts, false breakdown. Is this a false breakout? Right, it's to both sides. Right, it's to both sides where you just fake outs everywhere. But what I will say is this is how you want it to be done. Now, you can't just, I mean, if this is a 3-wave move, then you got to come and back test and hold it, but haven't been able to do that. Right? It's kind of been doing the same thing, where you come back down in a move like that, in a corrective move, and you just fall through fall through the floor. No real support. I mean, same thing right here. You break out, try to back test, boom. Break out, try to back test, get rejected. That doesn't count. It's ugly. It's ugly. And so that's what we're looking for. We're looking for, this to actually, play out, get some momentum to the upside, where are we looking for? I mean, even if you come up to, this fair value range at 28 cents, that's right where you rejected last time. Is 25. You rejected up here at 28. So maybe you're coming down. Come up through here. Maybe you hit 26. Maybe you just go just above, and then you come back down and do your thing. All right, come back down. You could even come back you really could. Do something like that. That would be kind of brutal, but it's crypto. What else do we expect? We're really looking to break out above the MACD. You close above that MACD, you're going to look to do some nice things. All right. You're going to look to do some nice things, especially when you're way down here. Did we make new lows? We did. We did make new lows. But we started to reverse the trend. Okay? Through here, did we make new lows? Yes, we did. But we reversed the trend for a little bit. All right. So that's the possibility that we're in, is if we do get something where it's a bull trap, then we come back down and we can back test these lows, come back down to 7 cents again. Really could. Realistically, that is exactly what could happen. Especially with how low this is. We have This is the lowest reading on the MACD. We have higher prices. We're in a different type of structure, right? We're in a different type of structure where we have a clear three-wave move. Okay, three-wave move. Boom. Okay, sorry, that was bad. Three-wave move. And we are staying above this previous area where you kind of dipped in below, dipped down below, right? You dipped below. You had to dip below, right? This area of 13.6. Staying above 13.6 is extremely important. That's what people need to understand is 13.6 for XLM is very important. Very important, because if you get down here, then you're down here for a while until you break out. Okay? So that's what I got for today. That's what I got for, at least for XLM. It does look ready to go. Chainlink. Chainlink looks like it wants to do something crazy. Chainlink does. It's right at the very tip top. This week, coming up week, it does look like it wants to, it's at a decision point. Doesn't mean it has to go crazy, but it does mean that, a decision needs to be made. Right, crypto's been going down for a very long time. Needs to make a decision. What up, David? Arch block. You want to look at arch block? I got you. Jasmine, same thing. Jasmine is a little bit longer, going a little bit more sideways. End of March, looking for an end of March move. How can we pay arch block? Alrighty, I haven't looked at arch block in a minute. Let me see this. Got you, bro. You got a doji. That's what you want on the monthly for sure. Got a doji. I'm pretty big on arch. I like arch. I do. We got this weekly, monthly open back above it. Definitely need to change these out though. Definitely need to change this out. 63 cents from 16. That's a profit-taking target, without a doubt. At least for me in this channel, that is 100%. These are profit-taking targets now. When you get so low, you just gotta take some profits up through here. All right, like 63 cents. That's a legit spot. Yeah. Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah, I've made a couple videos on arch. It's still in that same, from what I talked about a long time ago. It's in that same. Nothing's really changed with arch, right? Nothing's really changed with arch. It's coming up to a point. So before I even looked at arch, before I even made the video, I did all this a long time ago. I just changed out the colors, but this is coming up to a decision point by the end of March. I've been actually saying that I'm expecting a move by the end of March. Whether or not it is to the upside or to the downside, that's TBD. But I'm expecting a move based on Bitcoin dominance, based on stablecoin dominance, based on the FOMC meeting coming up, based on the war in the Middle East, based on gold and silver looking like they want to correct. There's a lot of factors that are coming in to not just arch, but to, like I just covered, DGen, Chainlink, XLM. There's a lot more that are coming up to a point that you're looking for a breakout or a breakdown. Buttcoin, I just talked about Buttcoin. It looks like it wants to make a decision. So what we got here is, if you watch the old channel, then or the old video, then it's getting compressed when it's when is it gonna snap? Like I just said. So I think it's gonna snap. It's gonna make a decision by the end of March, beginning of April, right in here. Can you have lower prices? Of course you can. When you're coming through here, you get all these wicks down through here. Would it surprise me if you come up and take one more low, then go? It would not surprise me one bit. It wouldn't. Especially when you got all these wicks. All right, that means you just have liquidity. See, you see what market makers do though. All right, this is sneaky. This is what you got to look for in charts. All right, so you're getting lower in prices, lower closes, but your wicks are higher. All right, wicks are higher. This wick, what did this wick do? This wick took out these last 3 weeks of price action, but it saved this right through here. So what I would expect is a liquidity sweep, especially on a small asset, $17 million asset. Yeah, very easy to come through here and manipulate this without a doubt. And I'm not shy of talking about manipulation. I will talk about manipulation. I believe it is occurring at a very high rate. I mean, look at all of these areas too. Wow. Yeah, 14.8. I would not be surprised if you close down below here, do something like that. It'd be very easy to do that. It would catch a lot of people off guard and make people very sad. But in price predictions, right? Price predictions, even for a retracement, we're looking at a 200 to a 500% move just for retracements. Not new all-time highs, not breaking out. So if we are, because it does kind of look like degen. It looks like degen. A lot of these small cap coins, they look very similar where we could be in an A wave. And I want people to know and at least hear it. At least hear it. They don't. I can be totally wrong, but this could be an A wave right through here. Okay, so you got your 5 waves, sometimes even 7, but you have like you have your A, okay, B, and then this is your C wave. Okay, so you got 3 waves down. Okay, 3 waves down. So you have your A, B, and this is your C wave. And that overall, right, will lead to a, let's see, for A, B, C, something like that. But that's your A. And what you would need next is something like this, maybe like an A, B, C. Doesn't have to be the exact. Doesn't have to be exact. And then that would be your B wave. And then you start your bear market. And then you start you come like this, boom, boom. And you do something like that. All right? Something like that. That could really be what's going on. And then you have a C. Whoa. C. So that could be the possibility. Until you break 296, realistically, until you break that with flying colors, until you come up through here and break this, back test for support, right? You don't want to break it. This is not what you want to do. You don't want to see like a 1-2, you come up. You don't want to see that. You see this and you reject, run for the hills. Run for the hills. You come up, reject, and then even make a lower high, run for the hills, because then the real bear market is going to start. And people are talking about this is the bear market. No, if that's what's going to happen, then it'll be long, drawn out, and a lot of coins will go to absolutely zero. Yep, no worries. You're welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. But yeah, that's what I got for Arch. 296. Close above that. You're looking for higher prices right now. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised for lower prices. That's about it. I got comp is kind of going crazy. P&G comp. That's nice. What do we got going on here? Okay. Break this $20 range. Might actually have something. Maybe I'll be a little bit more conservative. Maybe we come to right there. Not even close still. 21. Nope, don't need to lock that. I kind of just want to look at a couple more charts. ICP, kind of looked at ICP already. Near Aventis. Was that this right here? Aventis, yeah. Someone in my Discord is really high on Aventis. Oh, I haven't looked at this for a while. February open. Oh, don't want to do that. Let's do this. Let's check this out. Same thing. Look at this. Wow. Battered and bruised. It is crazy to me that people are super bearish at these lows, though. It is really crazy to me. How can you be so bearish on an asset that is down? I mean, whoa. Right? Like, how can you be so bearish on an asset that is down from $11 to 63 cents? It blows my mind. It really does blow my mind that people are thinking we're about to enter a bear market without a retrace, without any kind of bounce, just straight down. All the momentum it's had, just straight down. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. Yeah. I don't get it. So we're going to adjust this slightly because I haven't been keeping up with it. We'll use this guy right there. That's perfect. That's perfect. Perfecto. What about this guy? I don't like that. We'll use this guy right through here. It's kind of irrelevant. Not irrelevant, but it's not irrelevant. But did I already take out lows? Yeah, you already made new lows. Wow, you already made new lows. Okay. We can't, go lower than this. This is what is it? A $3 million asset. $3 million asset. This is extremely volatile. You are getting two, almost back-to-back inverted hammers. Back-to-back, which is good. This is what you want to see at the bottom. It's what you want to see at the bottom. It's you spike up, you get obliterated, but you still hold. Right? So you really want to hold this monthly open 62 cents. Really want to hold 62 cents. You just took out all of your lows, so there's not a reason to come down because you just took out lows. Like I talked about Arch Block, there was a reason to go down a little bit lower because the market makers left liquidity. There's nothing left anymore. So it doesn't make sense to me to come down and re-tag that to allow people to enter again. But, it's closed above 79 cents. This thing is looking very good. You're gonna have a window of resistance there. You're gonna have some big resistance at $1.97. But after, this thing is, I kind of just, when you're at 67 cents and it's at $5, I gotta have it green. It's too high of a price target to be at a resistance. That's too much. It's too much. $7. Yeah, like same thing with this chart though. It's it's if you're looking for an A wave, this is a clean A wave. And you're looking for a B wave, but even if it gets rejected at $3.24 and you're buying at 62 cents, I don't know. I'm just different, Yeah, these are the coins you want to be in crypto for. Yes, I agree. And at these prices, right? Okay, let's say I'll be the devil's advocate. Let's say it drops to 54 cents. From this price, yeah, that's going to hurt. It's going to hurt the portfolio a little bit, right? A little bit. It's going to hurt the pride a little bit, 15%, 25, 30% down. But in reality, when you're looking at something and you're buying at a price, it's like going to Best Buy. There's a nice TV on sale for where did we buy at? Let's say we bought at 63 cents, 94% off. So, there's a TV on sale for $1,000 and it costs you $50. Steal, absolute steal. But then you go in the next week and instead of it, costing you $50, it would have cost you $25. It's yes, you could have got a better deal for sure, but you still got a freaking killer deal. That's what people can't understand. You load the boat, you pick a couple coins, you load the boat, and then you take some profits. Right? I think a lot of people struggle, and that's what this indicator really helps with. David, I really do. I mean, look at these key levels too. They're right at areas of key resistance. That's what I created this indicator for that, for the visually inclined person who likes to trade. I mean, if you're buying in gold, all throughout here, you just got to just buy it and just kind of wait. I don't use leverage, right? I don't use leverage. I'm not the get rich quick, but I'm loading up XLM. I'm loading up my assets down in areas of gold. And I'll sell in areas of overextended and deep red. And, even if it only nets me a win of 220%, I will be content with that. So that's kind of where I'm at with a lot of these assets. I'll give you an example of why this is so important, right? Especially with the key levels. Is it ARC or is it ORAI? Or is this guy right here? Yeah, this guy right here. This little itty bitty guy right here. We can even go to the 12-hour. You can go to the 12-hour. All right, I was talking about this on one of my live streams, and this fib, customized fib, auto fib that I have going on is great. In my opinion, I think is great. I think it'll help a lot of people. But if you're entering down in areas of fair value and you're getting out, you don't have to sell everything, but taking profits up in red areas, you could have saved yourself from. And this is recent, right? This just happened, to a week or two ago, going from 13 cents all the way down to 2 cents in the matter of days, right? You went from here to here in 1 day and 12 hours. Okay, so just securing profits when you're in the deep red and when you're accumulating in the gold. That's kind of the way I've been operating. That's what I do. That's what I do. I don't time the exact tops. I don't time the exact bottoms, but I'm definitely not buying up in red, and we're not in red for anything. React was a Discord request. This thing kind of went crazy too. This thing's getting ready to go. I think IXS, small cap. Pardon me. Small cap once again. Getting ready to rock and roll. You're in this golden area. Printed a green dot. My Discord, my Patreon members got this green dot back down through here. So what I do is I have all of these. I need to redo that. Boom. So I have all of these signals ready to fire, not just crypto but traditional stocks as well, ready to fire. So Patreon members, they get all of this stuff. Boom. Good thing I redid that, right? Need to check these, be on top of it. But all of these are assets that I'm watching, and then just requests from people. I'm super bullish on Snapchat. I am. Been talking about Snapchat for a while. All right, talking about Snap for a while. I mean, since June of this thing has been just accumulating since June of 2022. June of 2022, they beat their earnings. They routinely beat their earnings. Yeah, they missed it in 2025, but whatever. They missed it one time, but they routinely beat their earnings. They're a very large company. They look to, just in general, this thing is beautifully accumulating down in here. Beautifully accumulating. So I think I'm going to enter a snap position. I'm going to cover that on the Profit Lab series on Friday. Different entry levels. I did have See, I didn't yet because I was waiting for a confirmed close above 518. That was at 382. Just couldn't do it. What it do? Absolutely rejected. So now at this point, I'm looking for this to take out lows. Did it already take out lows? Yes, it did. So it could reverse from here. Maybe take out these lows. Maybe come down through here one more time. New lows, then go. Something like that. But I'm big on Snap. I think Snap's going to do something. I think it's very bullish down through here. I mean, it's hard for me to be bearish. I was talking to David about, I can't be bearish on assets that are down here. I can't be bearish on assets that are like Apple. Like, I'm not entering Apple right now. I'm not buying Apple. I don't care what people say. I don't care what Buttcoin. Hey, what up? Is this juicy? This is juice. I did cover Buttcoin. I can look at it real quick again, for sure. I think that's my man Juice. So in terms of this indicator in this fib, it's not the end all be all, but it's a visual representation of where honestly sentiment is in too. Right? Sentiment has probably been very good for Apple, been making good money. I got out of Apple a while ago. I got it out over through here on this peak. And I went into crypto. It was perfect timing, actually. It was crazy. I don't know how I did it, but it was perfect. And caught a very large move on XLM. That was my first iteration with crypto. Took profits because of my history of traditional stocks and just the way I do things, which was very important. I didn't realize how volatile things were. But now I do, obviously. Been in here for a while. But yeah, I was in Apple. I'm not buying Apple. Right? If Apple comes back down to this area, I'm going to buy Apple again. I will buy Apple one more time. Load it up through here. Even if it's this fair value gap, I'll probably buy some Apple. But right now, I'm not going to buy Apple. AMD, I was a big AMD guy. Very big. Very, 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 had a very large position on AMD. Me and my grandfather both. We were buying it actually way back through here. During COVID, we were buying it. March 2020 is when we were buying it too, right in through here. Wasn't the best time to buy, but like looking back on it, it was such a great decision. And I'm and I actually have a AMD core processor, so I like AMD. I think it has good products, but I wouldn't buy it right now. I wouldn't buy AMD right now, and no, I just wouldn't. I would wait for it to come back down through here. Okay, and that's what the structure of what I kind of promote and what I go by. That's what it's all about. In terms of Buttcoin, I'll look at Buttcoin again. I'm kind of hating on Buttcoin right now. Not gonna lie. And look at that. You can go back and watch because I covered it a while ago and I drew this up here through here. I was talking about this exact thing. What's happening? It's exactly what I was talking about. Okay, it just. You looked. First of all, it's right in the middle of a channel. So the way that my YouTube channel operates, the way that my methodology operates is, okay, you can't even think about 1.9 cents. Right now, the key levels are 1.3 cents and 0.006, and you're at the middle of a channel. Okay, so you got to get the risk reward ratio, long position. So if I were to go long here, right. Look at that. That's terrible. That's bad. That's a bad risk reward ratio. I'm not entering right here. I'm not entering right here at all. Very risky proposition. Yes, you're in the golden region, but you have a bearish pattern and structure. Okay, when you have these three soldiers up through here, boom, slam down. I don't think you come down like this just to reset. I think you're going to take out lows. And then you can kind of go sideways. And then you can attempt again. Right now, though, for Buttcoin, I do believe that this run, for it to continue, I do think you got to take out these lows. Which that means you would have to come down through here. I mean, this thing hit the target perfectly. Absolute perfection, 1916. What do we have? 1984, so we missed it by a little bit. But it came up through here, hit this perfectly all throughout here. So right now, looking for a decision, even just to the upside, middle of March. That's what I'm looking for, middle of March. So you come down through here, maybe you play around, and you build a base, then you can go up. But it's a meme coin. This thing can do whatever it wants. It doesn't have to. It definitely doesn't have to follow anything that I'm saying. This thing's a meme coin. It went on a crazy run. It did go on a crazy run. It went up 1,300%. So from what I've looked at on other charts, when other meme coins do this and they correct like this, it typically goes down a lot more than what Bitcoin is at. So, buying up through here I think it'd be very risky. I would wait to down through here, see how it responds. Maybe you can catch a move coming up to here, because that would be a nice move. A little bit more safe, 100% move, right? That's a great trade. But right here, I'm either, honestly, if I'm up on my trade, if I'm even on my trade, me personally, I'm not a financial advisor. This is what I'm doing personally. I'm de-risking. I'm getting out of Bitcoin right through here. If it goes up, so be it. You should have taken profits up through here anyways. I would have taken profits up through here. But like down through here, it's just, if my entry is at, 1.008, it's not worth it. I would rather just sell, wait for price to come back, or break out, right? Or break out, see what it does, come up through here. Maybe it's doing something like this. Have some kind of like cup and handle pattern. But it's, like I said, it's a meme coin. The play already kind of happened. At this point, I'm looking for this A, possibly a B, and then come down for a C. This B wave, you can come down like a little bit more, and then you can go. Right, complete that C wave for your A, because you have your A, B. I think you just need. I just think you need more to the downside. So, and that's just price action. That's not even any indicators or anything like that. Indicators look bearish. Indicators look very bearish. MACD looks bearish. RSI looks bearish. You came up and rejected. It's got like a head and shoulders look right through here. Shoulder, head, shoulder. Come up, reject, come down. That's what it just looks like. Shoulder, head, shoulder, breakdown, back test this neckline, and now you're coming back down. So I think that's what I got on Bitcoin. So if you guys have any other requests, drop them now, and I will check it out for sure. I'll check it out. Anything, traditional stocks, precious metals. I already looked at gold and silver. Yeah, Edge. I haven't even heard of it. It's probably some kind of what is it? A meme coin? Edge. Crypto. Let's check this out. Let's check it out. Let's check out Edge. Let's see what's going on Edge. 200. That looks like a very large move. Yep, 30 cents. That'll do it. In a day. Yep, it sure did. Holy smokes. Look at that thing. Whoa. That's insane. And look at this now. This thing just is dead. Right? You're not buying. The risk is way too high to get into something like this now. Way too high. Yeah, you have from a low to a high where you're at. But it's just, does it really respect any kind of like fib levels? Does it actually? It's hard for me to really do TA on assets like this, because this is crazy. 200% in an hour. Yeah, this definitely. I mean, you're coming down, and this looks so sad through here. This looks so sad. Yeah, it's probably, this could be your B wave, little bit of that little impulse coming back down. What is this? This does look like, 3 down, 2. Yeah. This could come right back down. I wouldn't be surprised if it came right back down. That's crypto, though, for you. That's crypto. You got to be super fast. Get in, get out. Especially for assets like this. I'm not a very big... Oh, yeah. I mean, when you look at it like this, too. When you look at it like this, you can't even... we're really doing this right here. Nope. Nope. Came out of nowhere. Maybe something like that. It broke out of that. But... $39 million asset. Took out lows. You took out all these lows. I don't even know what it does. Oh, because it got list. High tight flag. I have no idea. I never really look at those because they're all off the bat. Swift coin. Yeah, Swift. It's a 3%. I mapped this out a while ago. Monthly open. Did I do this last monthly open? I did not. I did not. Oh, that's not good. To lose a monthly open like it has. It's not good. Okay, I'm going to delete this one, actually. Just has to defeat the monthly open now. Okay, well, same kind of concept. Right? Same kind of concept where you're looking for a move the end of March. The end of March, you're looking for a move for Swift. I mean, up through here, what is it at? 0.002? Yeah. When you're so sold off, I couldn't imagine people who bought. I can't. I feel bad for those people because they got absolutely wrecked, dude. Absolutely wrecked. Would like to get back into Swift at some point. Right now, I'd wait for... It's coming up to a point. I would like to, if I'm looking at Swift, I would like to see how it reacts with the monthly open. It has you got another inverted hammer. Very good at the base of something that's been corrected forever. I thought Swift was around longer. Maybe Coinbase doesn't have the historical records as other exchanges do. I don't like the MACD. It kind of just going sideways and not really making an attempt to do anything. RSI, that's interesting though. Wait a minute. Is this? You got 33.24, 33.30. Okay, so we have higher lows on RSI. Interesting. Higher lows on RSI, lower lows on price. Okay, so you're coming through here. Higher lows on RSI, lower low on price. So hidden bullish divergence. I'll be waiting for a green dot on here on this weekly. I think I have it marked out actually. Yep, right there. So once that thing fires, it'll be a good entry. But like I said again, David, it's that end of March, early April, looking for a move to the upside. So 100,000 Swift coins, that would be legit. Especially if you can just even get a retracement, right? Like a retracement up to 2 cents. I mean, 2 cents from here is a 500% move. That's insane, and that's not even new all-time highs. That's just a retracement, right? That's what I'm banking on for DGen. Cause I'm in on DGen and even on Jasmy. Right, I'm in right. Um, so if we have the ideas of DGen on here, right, ABC. All right, I'm expecting something like this to come up through here. Come up through here. Um, and I'm in for low, so that's going to be a great move. Just accumulating, buying stuff. Same thing for Jasmy. Essentially the same thing for Jasmy. Same kind of concept where I'm in for lows. I mean, this is a a move to the downside. I mean, you got like an A, B, C. You got a three-wave move up, three-wave move up. Because I think Jasmy can do some great things too. It's going to make a move here soon, shortly, as well. Just time will tell. Time will tell on that. Yeah. Sounds decent? Yeah, 500% sounds decent, huh? I know. I know when we think about it, it's just, oh, sounds decent, 500%. So, I'll take 500%. Bitcoin just can't seem to just, at this 70,000, right? I had this, I mean, it's bouncing right off my key level, 71,000. So, very interesting. You close above 71, then you're targeting 78, 88, 93. This will be a very dangerous area through here. Through here, that's the danger zone. That's a danger zone. Could lead to a bear market for everything, but Bitcoin just doesn't really want to get out of its own way at this point. Bitcoin dominance, same concept. Doesn't really want to do anything. Kind of just going sideways. It's been going sideways since August of 25 for pretty much a year. Just been going sideways. Dragging on. Gosh dang. Yeah. Yeah. Volume for Jasmy. I know. It was insane. I know. I was in on Jasmy too on that last move. I got lucky. I really did. I got lucky. I got into XLM. I got into Jasmy right towards the end of October, beginning of November, because that's when I sold a lot of my AMD, sold a lot of my Apple, sold a lot of my General Dynamics. Wish I would have kept more of that. I sold my Tesla, stuff like that. I got into this crypto, and then it went crazy, and it's been a wrap since then. I got hooked, and it's been fun. It's been fun. So, but I'll get back once I'm out of crypto. I'll lean back more into that traditional stock market once again. That's my bread and butter. It's so much easier to trade. So much easier. So much easier to trade. I don't know. I mean, I do enjoy the volatility of crypto. I do. I enjoy the community. It's full of it's it's so funny. It range bounds from being so toxic to being so euphoric to being so sad. But if you're patient, if you're not a real emotional person, I think it's fun. I think it's fun. I do. But yeah, that's pretty much what I got. I covered a lot today. I covered a lot of traditional stocks. I covered precious metals. I went in, covered, AI, C3 AI, I think is the winner out of all of these. It's got some golden dots down through here. It's an AI project. I'm looking to really close above this 1031, 916 to 1031. It's got this nice bullish formation forming on the lows. It does look good. It does really look good. And I'm big on AI. I'm big on AI, SoundHound AI, things of that nature. Energy. I think energy. I mean, we all see gas prices right now. So. Yeah. Crypto crazy as hell. Crypto is crazy as hell. we've all had a girlfriend like that. Someone's dealing with that girl right now. I can maybe. I mean, I don't know if I can assure you, but someone is gonna have to deal with that woman, and maybe introduce him to some crypto so he can be prepared. Oh man, that's good. Man, I'm curious on. I mean, dude, where's my XCN? XCN made this video. I just covered XCN too. XCN looks pretty good. I just made a video on it talking about how it bounced off the lows And I think XCN can actually do something. It went up and ran up 15%. I know it's not a lot, but percentages are percentages. Really looking for this 727. So right now, but you're above your monthly open. That's kind of the big deal. You really want to just be above your monthly open. Then you can start attacking higher prices. PNG, Daniel, one of my Discord members and YouTube subs. PNG getting right up to this trend line like we talked about last time. But it is looking a little bit fatigued. You got some lower highs, you got some higher highs. It's kind of bearish. I think you come back down. I think you take out these lows down through here, and then you try again on PNG. Very small, $6 million asset, but up a little bit today. But I'm not real big on it quite yet. Once you break this 4527, it's been a pretty strong resistance for a long time. So, but yeah, that's kind of what I got for today. I appreciate you stopping by, David. I appreciate you guys for sticking around. Like I said, if you're interested in the free Discord, it'll be linked in the description. You're down on PNG. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. PNG is, like I said, I got some good dudes that were in PNG. They got rug pulled. They got absolutely rug pulled. PNG is down one of the biggest out of all the cryptos. But with it being down and with it is compressing, like I said, coming down to the end of March. So mark your calendars. Mark your calendars for the end of March, beginning of April. I do think there's going to be a big move. But like I said, take care. Thanks for stopping by. If you're interested in the free Discord, it'll be linked in the description. Have a great rest of your day. Have a great rest of your week. Take it easy. Peace.